Elizabeth Pike from The Australian.
Thank you very much, Ron, and thank you very much, Mr. de Kretser, for coming here today and giving us your time. The Equal Identities report and Youth Explainers the Commission released in March endorsed gender-affirming care for minors, including puberty blockers, despite major reviews overseas having found little evidence for these interventions in children, leading many overseas jurisdictions to approach this with more caution. Do you accept that the science is unsettled and there are serious unresolved risks to a child's rights and questions over whether a child or adolescent can genuinely give informed consent to interventions that may affect their fertility and sexual function? And if so, how does the Commission justify publicly backing the early medical intervention for gender-distressed children, rather than urging governments to prioritise non-medical support while the evidence and long-term outcomes are still in dispute?
Yeah, thanks for the question. We come at it from a human rights point of view. So if you look at the rights of the child, we prioritise the best interests of the child. That is the compass that should guide decisions in this area. Children's right to health, right to well-being, and right to their best interests. And so those explainers that you're talking about, the report that we've produced looks at the best available evidence around medical treatment. And so we know that, and we support the fact that the National Health and Medical Research Council is conducting a review in terms of that gender-affirming care, and will come out with, I think, interim guidelines partway through this year, and then will deliver its final guidelines later on. And so we need to look at the best available evidence to support the well-being of children. And we need to look at the guidance that we have from expert medical bodies, including the AMA, the GP's peak body, the paediatricians' peak body, and they are supporters of gender-affirming care done properly and with appropriate safeguards.
On another matter as well, the Commission has played a role in 2 ongoing court cases where the rights of biological women conflict with those of transgender women, namely Tickle v Skiggle and the Lesbian Action Group's case against the Commission. What do you say to the argument that the Commission is effectively championing the rights of a group of female identifying biological men over those of women in these cases?
We are championing human rights, and so when you look at the human rights framework, I think implicit in your question is a denial of the existence of transgender people. And that's wrong. If you look at the Sex Discrimination Act, it accepts that there is, and it protects people from discrimination on the grounds of gender identity and sexual orientation, and that's appropriate. We know that transgender people in Australia and overseas face huge stigma and discrimination and threats to their safety and well-being. And we need to prevent them from suffering that harm. We need to support them and keep them safe. And we need to support all people's safety and freedom from discrimination. And so when we look at the interventions that we've done in those 2 cases that you mentioned, our compass or our guideline is the human rights that all people enjoy.
Thank you.